and good
Hello.
evening.
Hello,
Kamusta?
everyone.
Hi everything.
Yes.
So, welcome sa mga nanonood sa atin. Ayan, meron na tayong 16,000 na mga tao na nanonood from all over the world. Ayan.
Dami, 16,000.
So, yan, hopefully ay dumami pa tayo sa ating live stream. So, welcome everyone who is watching right now. Of course, nandito tayo ulit sa usapang pera sa Wealth Arki live stream. At hinihintay natin si Renzi na pumasok. Ayan, finally.
Yeah.
Kamusta,
Ayan.
kamusta na ang internet,
Hello.
Renzi?
Okay naman.
Okay na.
Happy lang. Yeah.
Okay. So, sa mga nanonood sa atin, of course, kasama natin ngayon si Jess Uy, no? And of course, malalaman natin mamaya bakit natin inibitahan si Jess at saka kung ano ba yung ginagawa niya para matulungan yung mga Filipinos, especially yung mga OFWs when it comes to their personal finance and investing, no? Para matulungan yung mga Yan. So, hello sa mga nasa live stream ngayon. Kung malinaw, lakas yung nagbubuhos ng tubig, rinig na rinig. Yeah, so sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin, we would like to check kung malinaw ba yung aming mga boses at aming mga videos. So I hope you can type sa screen kung sa chat, no, kung malinaw. O yun, sabi ni Practical Mama, hello daw. Hello din sa'yo.
Hello.
Yes. Itong guest natin is straight off from Singapore.
Yeah.
International
From
tayo
Singapore. Global na di ba?
Ayan. Of course.
Malinaw naman daw.
Malinaw. Renzi, sino ba itong kasama natin? Ayan.
Ito?
Oo. Bigyan mo nga kami ng intro kung sino yung kung sino yung guest natin for today.
Natisod ko lang to eh. So ito na lang. Hindi. Si Jess is one of our colleagues sa financial industry, no. So he's an advocate for global investing. So I understand kasi a lot of us are into the stock market, right? So kumbaga the usual suspects, mga BPI, Alacorp, di ba? You do trading, PSEI, whatever, right? But a lot of us, nakakalimutan natin that there's a bigger world out there, okay? And of course, in terms of, bigyan ko lang kayo ng pasada, no? Kumbaga, for portfolio management, kapag naka-invest ka lang sa, like for example, Philippines, right? You're subject to country risk. Meaning, whatever happens to the Philippines, bumaba ang buong Philippine stock market, then the whole of your portfolio goes down. Of course, sinasabi rin natin sa portfolio management, na you should always diversify, right? So it's not just diversifying among different sectors and different stocks within the Philippine stock market. It's also diversifying across different geographies. That's why, going back, whatever happens to the local stock market, kapag naka-invest ka globally, like for example, you're invested in the US or Europe, so kunwari, down ang market natin, no? So whatever happens to the Philippines, if you have like a US market or exposure sa Europe or whatever other geographies, then your other portfolio or your portfolio as a whole is immunized. Okay? Dun sa pagbaba ng Philippine stock market. So in short, kung inalat ang Pilipinas, kapag meron kang investment sa labas, hindi ka aalatin. Okay? Hindi aalatin ang buong portfolio natin. And of course, it's part and parcel of being an investor, right? So, ano tayo ngayon? Hindi lang tayo local, but you already have your international exposure as well. That's why we have invited over Mr. Jess Uy straight from Singapore to talk about global investing. Galing, no?
Galing.
Right.
Yes.
Natural.
Pwede ng host sa Financial Fitness Forum.
Pwede na. Ready na siya for this weekend.
Yeah, so batiin natin yung mga nasa live stream natin. So hello kay DNA or Dina, kay Christian, so malinaw daw.
Kay Jao.
Hello.
Kay Shevin.
Saka kay Otep. Yan. So hello sa 26,000 na tayo dito ngayon. So we're very excited to learn from Jess ngayon, no? And ako mismo I'm interested to know ano ba yung exactly yung ginagawa niya ngayon, and baka mamaya mapa-invest ako bigla sa kanya, no?
Yes.
Okay. So, Jess, I heard that you are prepared for us a short presentation para sa mga viewers natin.
Yeah, so today and I can do a little bit of a market update, what's happening in the world right now. Ano ba yung mga opportunities that we can see at this point in time, and so on and so forth, no? So and then from there, probably if people have questions, you can just shoot away, and then we'll try to answer all of them. Yeah.
Yes, so we encourage everyone to send in their questions para masagot natin yan lahat mamaya. And of course, kung meron kayong pangbagsak ng ayuda, syempre gusto din namin yan.
Don't forget.
Mamaya, hindi alam yata ni Jess yun, mamaya makikita natin. Pag sinampulan tayo ni Israel, ayan, biglang ni ISM na-attend daw ng Financial Fitness Forum this week.
Yay!
So, see you there.
Kasi nagtitis na ako sa Nagaraya eh.
Sabi ni Makoy, kasing clear daw ng face ni Renzi ang
wow.
Di ano niyan, ang labo niyan.
Sira.
Okay. So, do you want to start your presentation, Jess? Can you
Sure. At least for people who don't know me yet, and then at least they can have a little bit of a background, no?
Yes.
So, sige, let me see. Shall I share my screen?
Lalabas na natin. Ayan. So, we will give the floor to Jess for the next few minutes, where he will... sandali lang, bago tayo magsimula. Pagpapasalamat tayo kay Nikki Dizon. Yay! Nagpadala ng 250 pesos sa super sticker. Ayan.
Ano to? Super sticker? Ano to?
Donation.
Yan yung ayuda namin, Jess. Oo, para tulong kaming mga dukha, hindi katulad mo na bilyonaryo na
global investor.
Global investor. So, salamat, Nikki, sa 200. Yes, totoong pera yan.
Yes. Sorry, first time kasi niya makita.
Oo. Masyadong
sa mga live streams eh.
So,
reach na kasi si Sir Jess, bilyonaryong investor na kasi.
May mansion yan sa Singapore eh. So, kailangan ng ayuda. Yan yung ayuda namin, Jess. Yan ang pamping namin ng grocery dito. Anyway, mabuhay din sa'yo, Alexander the Great.
Yes.
And
sabi ni Dina, wala kasi yan sa SG, kaya hindi alam.
Oo. So anyway, balik natin yung presentation ni Jess. So, hello sa mga... Ayan, marami-rami na tayo, 42,000 na tayo nandito ngayon. So, ibibigay namin yung floor kay Jess, who will talk about for the next few minutes about yung ginagawa niya, and also to give us a market update. At hindi lang to basta-basta Philippine market update, but a global update, because of course he is the global investor. Okay?
Yeah.
So aalis muna kami sa screen, Jess, and we will monitor the comment section, and then later mag-Q&A tayo. So guys, ihanda nyo yung mga pangbagsak nyo at saka yung mga Q&A nyo mamaya. Of course, yung mga magbabagsak, sila yung priority na sasagutin namin na questions.
Of course.
Just kidding. But again, we're giving the floor to Jess right now. All right?
Okay, sige.
Okay, take it away, Jess.
Okay. Sige. So, basically, today I will be giving introduction to global investing. But it's more of an market update na lang muna tayo ngayon, no? So probably we'll do an introduction to global investing another time kasi medyo mahaba yung introduction. Okay, so I prepared something for today. Okay, so just a quick introduction for myself, no? So I've been in the financial industry in Singapore for more than 10 years already, no? Since 2009. So I have license here in Singapore to provide advisory for people who need help for their financial planning, with this, for the investments or the insurance, those type of things. No, so in general, I do holistic financial planning, and then over time, I've also done a lot of talks across different countries. So this is basically the different countries that I've done talks already. No, Singapore, Japan, UAE, Brunei, Qatar, Philippines. And then of course, if you also search for me on TV, I've guested in ANC on the Money. Yung earlier shows, no, kasi I'm not in the Philippines all the time. And then a good friend of mine also guested in their radio show. And then of course the bigger conferences, I've also been a speaker. And lastly, also done a little bit of training for some of the advisors there in the Philippines now under RFP. Okay, so this is just a quick introduction. And in this year, basically, I was featured in an article under Money Sense. So inside that magazine for this year, the first quarter of this year, I have a article there written about me, no, from one of the writers. Okay, so I'll just quickly skip through ano yung agenda for today. So basically, it's a market update and Q&A. No? So sabi sa akin, I have around 15 minutes to do all of these things. No? So for those housekeeping muna, for those who want to register for future webinars with me, you can register in this link, no, bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki. Okay. Okay. Okay, so market update. Okay. So ano ba yung mga recession recovery indicators natin, no? So basically, in this particular recession, there are two things that happen, no? There we have two black swans, no? Black swans, ano ibig sabihin ng black swan is an unforeseen event. Okay, so these are the things na nangyari na hindi naman natin na foresee. Okay, and it triggered the drop in the stock market, no, significant drop in the stock market, and then it also spilled over to the economies already, no. So I think everybody knows about this, no, it's COVID-19 pandemic, and then the other one, it made it worse because of the energy prices. Okay, energy prices kasi bumaba eh. Okay, so these are the numbers I got in April 25. So I need to update these numbers. But what I just want to show here is that the numbers have been increasing. No, actually, this is May 2. Earlier today, I checked. It's already more than 5 million yung coronavirus cases natin all over the globe. Okay, so but what I want to highlight here is that if you can see, China has around 82,000 cases. The US around 900,000. That was in April 25. And then the week after that, more than 1 million na yung sa USA. And then China is still around 82,000. So basically, hindi na masyado umakyat yung China, but the US as well as Europe, dumadami pa yung mga coronavirus cases nila. Okay? Of course, there's a lot of volatility in the market, no? Recently, market went up already, but at the point in time that I took this screenshot, bumaba yung market, no? Because Donald Trump threatened to put some tariffs for China, no? Okay, and then earnings report pre-season kasi ngayon. So Amazon is one of the big companies in the world. Said that they will spend around $4 billion to protect their employees from all the coronavirus cases. Kasi Amazon actually, the share price has been increasing even if everyone else, all the other stocks are going down, because most of the people nowadays, they when they order groceries or need to buy some items, they usually go online already. So this is basically a good thing for Amazon, no? Okay? Apple is the first time for Apple to not provide a forecast in more than a decade. So even if surprisingly nag-increase ng 1% yung revenue nila in the first quarter, because the fact that they didn't provide a forecast. At the time that nagbigay sila ng earnings report nila, nag-drop yung share price nila. Okay. Anyway, one of the things that really creates volatility is the fact that marami tayong mga drug companies, manufacturers that are experimenting and producing remedy for COVID-19. So, every time merong lumalabas na news na, we have a vaccine that we are experimenting on or going on clinical trial, there's a lot of hope that goes into the market. That's why the market's going up. But actually, there's other factors din because maraming pera na pumapasok sa stock market na yun because of the money printing, no? Okay? One of the things that we need to take note of is that even with the stock market going up, actually, sa US, this is the first time that we've seen this many job losses. No, so in a very short span of time, in 6 weeks, they already have 30 million people losing their jobs. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so if you look at the numbers here, normally on a weekly basis, mga 100 to 200,000 lang yung nawawala ng trabaho. But sometime in March, it jumped by 3 million. And then the week after, it jumped to almost 7 million. No? So it went down. But the total of this one is around 30 million already. Okay. Energy is something that if you for energy, basically nagkaroon ng disagreement ang Russia and Saudi Arabia in terms of oil production. So because of that, nag-drop yung energy prices, and that's good for countries that are using a lot of energy, no oil, for example. But that's not good overall for the energy sector kasi nag-drop yung price, no. So this chart is just showing us sino ba yung mga producers in the world that has a very low production cost, no. So if you can see here, around Saudi Arabia and Iran have a cost of almost like $9. So right now the oil price is actually around 20 to 30 US dollars per barrel, and most of the other major producers cannot survive at that stage, no. So what's the impact to that is that there will be more bankruptcies happening depending on ano yung oil price, no. So at $10, mas marami yung magbabankrupt na oil companies. Okay? So big picture, this is basically the US market, no. But I'm using the Nasdaq, so in tech sector for US market. As you can see, medyo this is a monthly chart, so very 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 long term to. So this is the tech bubble in 2002, and then 15-year consolidation, and then after that, nagkaroon ng very strong bull run after Donald Trump won. And then today, meron tayong recession. So this is what's happening right now. Okay. For gold price, umakyat din. So this around 6 years of not going anywhere from 2013 until 2019. And then recently, medyo malakas na rin yung move up, no? And then for gold equities naman, so these are basically mining companies. Mas aggressive yung potential upside nito because the price targets are somewhere between $39 to $40, and 55 tsaka 67. So that's a very high upside. Okay. Okay. So and then for oil naman, oil is actually now at around what do you call this? 20-year low, no? So the oil price nowadays is the lowest in the last 20 years. Yeah, Philippine equities, well, we suffered a very steep drop in March, and we're back into like 5,000 level, although umabot siya ng 4,000 in March. Okay? So what we want to see to re-risk, meaning time for us to invest again. Okay, basically we need to see if there's extreme valuation, meaning the asset prices, the stock market, the properties and all that are medyo cheap, no. So we need to see extreme valuation. decrease in growth rate of infection of coronavirus, and a very aggressive fiscal and monetary policies. So far, nakikita na natin yung extreme valuation. There's some asset classes like the energy sector that are already very cheap. And then, aggressive fiscal and monetary policies, marami na rin. The US, for example, they already came out with $2 trillion of injection to their economy, no, last March, and then around 92 central banks have dropped their interest rates since March, no. Okay, the only thing that we're probably waiting is the decrease of the growth rate of infection for coronavirus. Okay. So what are the potential opportunities, investment ideas? Energy, definitely one area that we can look into. It's already very cheap. The all-time high for energy was in 2008 at around $150. So if you're buying somewhere between $20 to $30, medyo malaki na yung upside mo. And the normal price is usually around 40 to 60. So there's a lot of bargain now. Okay. China naman is also another place where we can look into. So this country has been one of the first countries that were hit by the coronavirus. No, so they're also one of the first countries who were able to recover. So the world is looking at China to see kung ano na ba yung ano yung potentially mangyayari sa fight against coronavirus, no. So most of the Chinese major cities are already back to normal capacity in terms of operations. Shanghai, for example, is already at 100% capacity. Beijing, 90+% already, no. Even Hubei, which is where the coronavirus started, it's already back up to almost 90%. Okay. Other places that we can invest is disruptive innovation. So these are things like automation, biotech, artificial intelligence. These are the things that will likely do very well in the next 5 to 10 years, even 20 years. No? Semiconductors, another beneficiary of the next bull run after we finish the recession. Because as you can see, a lot of things nowadays are driven by technology. And even nowadays, we're doing all this webinar, we're using technology. No? So there's an increased use of technology over the past few decades, and there's an acceleration. No? So when you use a lot of technology, you also need a lot of hardware equipment. So that's where the semiconductors come into play. Globalization, no? So this is where manufacturing is going to be diversified across different countries, no? So because of the US-China trade war, there's some companies that are already diversifying. Linalabas na nila yung manufacturing nila, they putting it in other countries already. Okay, so there's still a huge chunk in China, but it's not all China anymore. Okay. So in investing, just like in business, no, calamities or the down market will come. So it's important for us to be prepared for this. Okay. So if you visit my Facebook page, no, Jess Uy, the Global Investor, okay, I post from time to time. I post this investment tool from time to time. No, it's called the Fear and Greed Index. Okay, so this is a market sentiment based on the US market to see ano na ba yung market sentiment. What are people feeling? Are they feeling fearful, or are they feeling greedy? No. So if it's red, that means everybody's afraid. No. So as of March 20, this is the number. So actually, if you want to buy, the good time to buy is when it's red. Okay? This is the other extreme. December 24, 2019, 91. Okay? So, ito naman yung time na if you need to sell, you sell. Okay? Pero syempre, most of the time, I don't actually recommend people to keep on buying and selling because you sometimes miss out. No, it's best to do long-term investing, and then you just buy when it's dropped, and you only sell when you actually need the money. No, let's say for example, kailangan mo na for your children's education, for your retirement, or we need it for down payment of a house, something like that. Okay. Their more recent number is 45 now. Actually, today I checked mga nasa 50, slightly over 50 na yung number. Okay. So, in terms of the top global funds, this is as of April 15. The top 3 funds are medyo unique funds, no? They're up somewhere between 23 to 30%. And then the last 2 is around 16-21%. But this was April 15. There's a lot of things that already changed. So the numbers would have been higher, but iba na yung number 1, no? Iba na yung number 1 as of today. But I don't have the data right now. Okay. So I guess I'm ready to take in questions. And then I guess for people who have additional questions, you can just register through the link, no? Yung bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki is for future webinars, or you can also ask your questions there.
Yan.
Alright, thank you, Jess. Ayan.
Yes.
Grabe.
So,
Kahit ako na ilaw.
shout out tayo muna. So, shout out kay Israel SM. Thank you for the 49 pesos.
Yay! 49 pesos! Salamat sa paayuda na 49 pesos. And guys, kung gusto nyo mag-register sa mga future webinars ni Jess, yan, you can just visit sa bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki. And also, he is requesting that if you would like to give feedback on today's session, yan, pwede kayong pumunta sa bit.ly/TGI feedback. So, the Global Investor Feedback. Hindi yan like that, it's Friday. So while we're
waiting for the question.
Through the question, lagay natin tong marquee where they can leave yung feedback, and also where they can pre-register for future webinars kung gusto nilang mag-continue na matuto kay Jess, no? Ayan. So, hello sa 57,000. So, 57,000 na tayo ngayon dito sa live stream natin. And I think may mga nakita na ako kanina na medyo nagtatanong. Ito, for a warm-up. Yan. Tanong ni Juan Carlos de Peralta, educational background naman po for Jess Uy. Ano daw educational background mo, Jess?
Well, I finished my bachelor's degree in Ateneo de Manila University, no? And then I worked for a few years, and then I went to Singapore. Yeah. So
anong course mo nung college?
I started with physics with computer engineering.
Wow.
Pala to eh.
But by the time that I graduated, I moved to computer science kasi at that point in time, that was my interest. Although the choice, of course, was more because of it's part of the scholarship requirement. Ano kasi, tawag din, yung interest ko talaga has always been in business and finance. So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, so kayo nung bata yon, sa iyo ba yon, Renzi?
Sa akin.
Kayo mga anak mo. Well, ano na yan kasama na sa new normal natin ngayon yan na may mga background choices. So, gusto ko yung physics and engineering ang background ni Jess, no? Ibig sabihin magaling talaga mag-analyze.
Alam ang figures, alam mo ang numbers. Meron pang finance sa atin dito?
Ha?
May finance ba sa atin?
Wala. Ako engineering ako eh.
Yun na yung closest natin.
Ako public administration.
Public So, anyway, Renzi, may tanong ako. Ano bang ambag mo? Ano ba?
Bert.
May tanong si Alden. I don't know how we can answer this, no?
Kala ko si Alden Richards.
Paano po mag-trade sa Global Arki? I'm not sure kung ano yung specific na tanong niya, pero I think
Okay. Sa Pilipinas, I think meron tayo iba sa mga banks, no? And there are a few fund managers who also have global investing. And then some of the insurance companies meron din. But the difference is that mas limited yung choices. So usually it's the broad market, and there's not much advice on how you're gonna kumbaga take advantage of it. So it's more about, if you just want to diversify, ganun. So ganun yung setup nun. So there are available in the Philippines, but yun na, mas konti lang yung choices.
May mga mutual funds and UITFs
Yes.
na nag-invest sa mga global funds. And also, technically, yung mga dollar-denominated na mga investments, no?
Yes.
Most probably or most likely they are invested in global assets.
I can share something kasi I know this UITFs from ATR Asset Management. Paano ba to? Share screen.
Sige.
Entire
Pakita
screen ba?
Yung application window lang.
Application window. StreamYard. Ay, mali. Teka lang.
Ano ba? Okay. Ito, habang inaano mo yan, figure out mo. So ito, may tanong si John Joshua Soriano. Would the market gradually recover when Metro Manila lifts its ban already?
Wait, na-retract niyo yung question na to.
Ay,
iba siyang question. Yeah.
Tinanggal na ba?
Yeah. Ito na lang. Kay John Joshua Soriano, 6:21 p.m. What particular blue chip stocks would recover faster after this COVID crisis ends?
Well, ano siya? Philippine market ba or global market? So, siguro in general.
Sige, I can answer for the Philippine market. Okay. Teka, na-share na ba yung screen ko? Hindi pa?
Naka-share sa'yo yung StreamYard. Mali.
Ito.
Yan. Yung ano ba? Yung chart?
Yung Bloomberg. Yung Bloomberg.
Sige.
Okay. Sige. So, before answering that, no, ito yung isa sa mga talagang wisdom of diversifying your portfolio. So, yung black one, okay, yung itim na graph would be the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, so the local stock market, right? Now, yung orange one is the standard and S&P 500 ng US, okay? The blue one is a peso-denominated UITF from ATR Asset. Ito yung Global Dividend Fund. So, it is invested in global stocks. So, hindi lang US, so you have Europe there. Okay, so this is a global fund, the blue line. And then the red one is the German stock market. Now, of course, just imagine if your portfolio is Philippines ka lang, right? So, the usual suspects, BPI, BDO, whatever. More or less, ito lang yung portfolio mo. Down ka. But if, for example, you're diversified, for example, with S&P, so for the previous 5 years, ang S&P mo is, while the Philippine market is minus 29%, ang S&P mo is plus 34%. Tapos ang global funds mo, or a global fund like ATR, Global Dividend, up ka ng 19%. Okay? So again, if you diversify your portfolio, then you are immunized from country risk. So again, kahit inalat ang Pilipinas, may panghila ka sa portfolio mo like US portfolio or a global portfolio. Now, okay, to answer the question of ano ba yung unang aakyat? Well, for the Philippine market, kapag ka nag-recover ang PSEI, yung unang-unang pinapasukan talaga ng mga funds are yung index funds. Kasi these global funds, they really buy the index. They don't really cherry pick. So they buy the index. So expect the blue chip index funds, okay, to go up first. And then after, on the second wave, parang coronavirus lang, on the second wave, saka naakit yung mga consumer stocks. Yan. So, unang-una aakyat yung mga blue chips na nasa index.
Pero, Jess, ibang markets, is it the same? Usually the blue chip stocks would be the one that recovers faster.
Especially in the global scene.
The market in other countries is very big kasi. So but generally yes, similar scenario, because at the end of the day, especially mga passive funds, they invested in the bigger companies, right? But the speed of how fast it will go up will depend kung if they are the right sector. Okay? So for example, for me, yung US market, I have a bias towards technology because my conviction is that technology stocks are going to drive the stock market in the next decade or two. Okay. And so I'm more geared towards that. And then secondly, if you look into how the US market is doing, actually, you'll realize that the big companies are mostly technology companies now, right? So you have the Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, those type of things. So these are the US or global version. But you also have they call it the FANG stocks, no? You have the what do you call this? Asian version. They call it the BAT naman, BAT. So it's Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. So these are the companies that I think will do very well on a longer term basis. Pero if you're looking at more a tactical portfolio or tactical allocation, definitely energy prices and energy companies, like for example mga oil companies, they're in a very deep sell-off already. So that's something that if you can take care, you can take the volatility. It's actually very, very cheap already. Kasi we're already at a 20-year low in terms of the prices. No? So there's a lot of upside. So and then another place, China. China is one place that you cannot really disregard. No? Kasi China's growth rate is very similar to emerging markets like the Philippines. The difference is that ang sobrang laki ng economy nila. So when they move, talagang malaki yung impact, no? So there's a lot of places that you can invest that has a lot of potential upside.
Yeah. All right. Merong guest dito, no?
Yeah.
Si Marvin, no? Sabi niya, si Jess Uy, sobrang yaman.
Marvin girl.
Oo. Ano tayo. Tapos sabi pa niya,
bagsak na kayo guys. Ayan, sabi ni Marvin.
Tapos sabi ni Sir Marvin, I am a fan of Renzi and followed his fly shot.
Oo. So hello Marvin.
Hello.
Thank you sa panonood at hinintay pa rin namin yung bagsak mo kasi wala pa kaming ayuda galing sa'yo, Marvin.
Magbenta ka na ng stock mo dyan para may pambagsak ka.
So, tumatanggap kami ng GCash. GCash talaga. O kaya Paymaya. Ayan. Para. So, anyway, I'd like to add a comment sa sinabi ni Jess na para sa akin, when it comes to tech, we usually fail to consider yung mga hardware manufacturers, no? And that's a good point, yung mga semiconductor companies. So mukhang it's something that I am interested in looking at, no? And pero may tanong ako, Jess, what's your opinion on cryptocurrencies? Kasi 'di ba, nasa tech side din 'yon eh. Are you
or blockchain, similar lines.
Controversial question.
Yeah, syempre.
In general, I think the underlying technology is very, very okay. But how the specific asset class is moving or being backed up, that's something that I feel is not really for the general public. Okay? Because I mean, if you look at the let's say, for example, the blockchain technology. Like, for example, the one that I mentioned earlier, disruptive innovation, right? disruptive innovation includes those things like biotech, nanotech, fintech. It also includes cloud services, Internet of Things, and yung mga, let's say, not cryptocurrency, blockchain technology.
Yes, yes.
So blockchain technology has been gaining momentum. But the cryptocurrency itself, I would say, I guess different people have different opinions on that, because at the end of the day, my concern for that is really the regulatory portion, because there's nobody backing it up in terms of government. So that's my concern. But I mean, for traders, that's up to them. No, it's basically it sounds like gambling to me, kasi so I don't put money there basically.
So cryptocurrencies is still a space for traders because it's still highly speculative. So it's not really something that you touch because you're really more for the long-term investing.
Yes.
But you're optimistic with the underlying technology, which is yung blockchain, na it will probably drive yung mga future innovations, no? That's how I see it. Ito may tanong si
just to add on the blockchain, right? Actually, central banks and financial institutions are already working on them for quite a while. It's just that they just don't publicize it kasi hindi naman siya parang Bitcoin that you can trade it. But they've been using those technologies already.
Alright. Ito may tanong si Nikki, and again, thank you Nikki kanina dun sa binigay mong 250 pesos sa super sticker. So, ito, what are the best means for Filipinos to have access to foreign stocks and funds? Currently, I have access via a bank. Are there more direct ways?
Okay. So this one, it depends where you are. If you're in the Philippines, then I guess the easiest is to go for your local distributors now, which is the bank insurance company. But if you're based overseas, then you have a lot more kumbaga flexibility, no? In general, most people will go through places like Singapore or Hong Kong because it's closer to the Philippines, and mostly people start veering towards Singapore because of the fact na it's more independent. Kasi Hong Kong kasi is still connected to China. So whatever the Chinese policies are, it may have an impact. Just like what happened in the recent last 12 months. No? There's may mga riots, mga ganun. So those things are geopolitical risks that you may not want to be a part of. Right? So I think Singapore would probably be the closest to the Philippines. US is also another place, but assuming if you're there. So those are the different options that you can start opening an account and you can start investing for diversification purpose.
Ako, if I may add, I think if they are comfortable in opening an account with the foreign broker, even if they're in the Philippines, then that's probably something that they can also do. Ako, if I may share, I have an account with eToro. So, although CFDs ang karamihan ng mga ino-offer ng eToro, but they just launched earlier this month na pwede ka nang bumili ng US stocks through their platform. As in, stock shareholder ka mismo. So that's a very promising as a someone who is investing in the Philippines, no? But I think that's also something that they can consider. So before we continue, I'd like to give a shout out sa mga nanonood sa atin, and also of course sa mga nanonood na hindi pa nakasubscribe sa channel natin.
Please do subscribe to our channel, Wealth Arki.
Please click the subscribe button, and also
of course, give this video a thumbs up din para makita ng mga tao na may live stream tayo. And of course, other people would see this video and learn from this video din.
Yes, and kung meron kayong sige.
Dahil may 57 kasi ngayon. 57,000 nanonood, pero 10 likes pa lang.
10 likes pa lang ba? Okay. So,
Yeah.
So please remember to subscribe to our channel kasi hindi lang live stream ang ginagawa natin dito. Nag-upload din talaga tayo ng videos every week which can help you increase your financial literacy. And of course, if you want to contact us and you want to probably schedule a financial consultation, then you can just email us at admin@wealtharki.com. So ayan, nakikita nyo ngayon sa baba yung ating email address. Alright? And of course, you can visit our website at wealtharki.com to know more kung ano ba yung mga specific services that we offer at kung ano ba yung mga pwede nyong ilapit sa amin na problema. Alright?
So, sige. Let's move.
Na problemang pinansyal hindi problemang pag-ibig Kay Dr. Love yun.
Sige.
Mas malang singil pag love problem.
Love advice. Naging counselor tayo din. Sige. Let's move. Sige, kay the engineer trader naman tayo. So, Sir Jess, tinatanong niya kung nagtitrade ka ba daw sa commodities. Tapos, kung oo, what can you advise in commodities trading, especially for palladium and platinum markets? Or let's say in the general commodity market right now. Kumusta ba daw siya?
Okay. Generally, for global investing, I don't do direct stocks. And the reason behind that is because my view is that medyo the risk is very high and you need to do a lot of personal research and invest a lot of time and resources for that. So normally I will use pooled funds for these things kasi yung style ko kasi is I diversify to different asset classes. So I focus on, let's say for example, if I like technology, I will focus on that sector. For me, I normally avoid trying to buy a single stock because, especially during recessions, because sometimes you buy a single stock during recessions, it so happen na nagkaroon ng problema. That stock can really pwedeng mawala if they go bankrupt, no. So you're able to kind of like protect yourself from bankruptcies and unforeseen events by having a diversified portfolio. And then probably as the market goes up, then you can see who are surviving. And then if you are more experienced in direct stock investing, then you can start doing that, no? But I guess case-to-case basis, because I do have some stocks that I hold, but that's more of a smaller portion of my portfolio. It's not really the majority.
And for those who cannot trade the market, diba? Can they also invest in commodity funds such as gold?
Or there are commodity related funds, no. So for example, there will be gold funds, there will be energy funds, there will be commodity funds itself, no. So there are actually a lot of available funds that are that they can invest in. The thing kasi that they mentioned, the palladium and anong bang isa? There's
platinum
another
markets.
Those are very high risk parang asset classes. So if you know what you're doing and you are a good trader, then probably it's okay. But for the general public, it's probably too volatile. So I would say trade with caution especially if you don't know what you're doing.
Ayan.
All right.
Sige. Okay, next question. So kay Alexander, sige, go sir.
So kadagdag ko lang kay engineer trader. So whenever you would be considering investing like commodities or gold or whatever or any other, should we say exotic exotic investment, right? Diba? Mga commodities, mga derivatives, etc. You don't really invest because futures ganyan or any other exotic investments, no. You don't really invest because they are there. Okay? You invest because you think that you would be able to grow your money to the amount na kailangan mo in the future. Okay? So kumbaga, ask yourself, no, would me be putting my money here would really help me grow my money, and not just grow your money but sustainably grow your money. Okay? Kasi exotics kasi mahirap na labanan yan, especially the market is too thin, okay, kumbaga wala masyadong nag-trade yan unlike the stock market. And they might be subject to a lot of factors like political ones. So for example, gold pa lang, you might be trading in gold, pero like for example sa Philippines, very very political ang gold, especially sa mining, right? And lalo na merong tanong mamaya about SEC, so it's very very political. So I would advise that you can invest in them, but just limit it to a portion of your portfolio that you are willing to lose. Otherwise, you might be betting on something that you don't really understand. So again, do not invest just because they're there. Okay? Don't invest because they're there. Invest because they would help you grow your money sustainably. Not just for 1 week, not just for 1 month, but for the many years to come.
If I may add lang a little bit to Renzi, actually tama yung sinasabi ni Renzi, it's important to do this based on your overall financial plan. But siguro I will highlight a little bit on this investing in commodities, like for example gold, for example, right? If you invested in a gold mining fund, your portfolio right now would be very high in terms of value. But if you invested in Philippine mining stocks, your portfolio now is very negative. Okay? So you probably got the asset class correct, but you got the wrong company.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
So this is exactly what I'm saying. Why I avoid doing direct stocks, especially on that level already, because I cannot assume that I know everything. So because I don't know everything, I will go for a more diversified. Kasi I focus more on asset classes where I know, kumbaga may protection ka kasi eh. So if you buy a pooled fund, you know, like for example, you know that energy prices, okay, another example is energy. Energy, oil is at 20-year low. Okay? We all know that there will be bankruptcies that will come. And I showed some charts earlier. Marami. Okay? If you buy a single stock in energy, what if the company you bought went bankrupt? Ubus pera mo.
Yeah.
But you actually bought the right asset class because eventually energy demand will come back, supply will dwindle over time. So the price will go up. So tama yung theory, but the choice of the particular stock, it may really have a very bad impact to your portfolio, especially if you pick the wrong one. If you got the right one, then okay lang. Pero very aggressive naman yung asset class. So if most of the big players will go up, technically maganda na yung rate of return mo eh. So siguro for this type of things, I'll explore a little bit more in maybe in another webinar for introduction to global investing, so you can see how big what are the returns that you can get and what are the risks that you are exposing yourselves into.
I think I don't know kung tama assumption ko, one of the reasons why the engineer trader asked this kasi optimistic ka nga sa tech industry and panggit natin yung semiconductors, and of course palladium and platinum are raw materials. So I guess maganda yung point na tama yung asset class or sector pero mali yung company na binili mo. So I think that's also something worth considering. And I remember the time na parang nung lumabas yung Double Dragon sa nag-IPO, everyone's excited to buy that. Pero ako naisip ko, part owner naman yan is directly related sa Jollibee. So why not just buy Jollibee rather than Double Dragon na wala pang historical performance and all. So siguro it's something like that. So if they want, or if he wants to trade or invest in palladium and platinum, so pwede niyang tingnan across all those cross-section of the market in that particular sector in industry kung yung ba yung best na choice niya na makakapagbigay sa kanya ng target goal niya for his or her investments, no? So yun lang.
Ayun.
So si Alexander,
Yeah. Kinda next. So, hi,
Naisip,
Alexander the Great. Welcome to the 21st century and welcome to Wealth Arki. So, so yung question niya, naisip ko lang po, actually this is a good question and I want to tackle this, especially during the crisis. So, for those na paubos na yung emergency fund dahil sa crisis na to, ano po daw dapat yung kailangan nating gawin? And pareho lang ba yung emergency fund at yung calamity fund?
Pareho lang.
Yeah, parehas lang siya. But for those struggling right now, especially out of work, unemployed, and businesses, of course, struggling, naubos na rin yung emergency fund. What can they do right now?
What they can do? Naubos na emergency fund?
Tinatanong mo ba kami?
Yeah.
Para sa akin, no?
Kung ang lubid.
Uy.
Grabe.
Ako, I always tell people that we always focus on the solution. So, the problem is naubos na yung pera mo ngayon. So, instead of worrying about that and thinking a lot about the things na kailangan mong bayaran, why not focus your energy towards making money? Ano ba yung pwede kong gawin to make money right now? A lot of people are actually creating new sources of income during this time. And a lot of businesses even are pivoting their products and services. May nakita ako na travel agency, di ba? One of the badly hit industries. But I know a travel agency, they are now offering a virtual tours. Ibig sabihin, for a minimum fee, parang meron silang webinar and then they'll show you yung virtual tour just for you to experience travel at the comfort of your home. And then may mga kilala din ako mga salons. Kasi hanggang ngayon, hindi ko talaga maintindihan bakit hindi pa rin binubuksan yung mga barbershops and salon. But
virtual gupit? Virtual gupit?
No, they're actually selling their products. No? Yung mga pomada, yung mga hair products. So they are now, they set up an e-commerce store. Tapos yun, kasi of course, they're also selling mga hand sanitizers, alcohol. Alam mo yun, diversifying their income streams. So ikaw, kahit na nasa bahay ka lang, maghanap ka ng pwede mong ibenta online siguro or explore freelancing. Being an online freelancer is something that all of us can do. May internet naman tayo. So explore natin, no? And I don't know what you are referring to pagdating sa calamity fund. Kasi ako, ang pagkakaintindi ko sa calamity fund ay loan, no? So of course, if you're a government employee, you can apply for a calamity fund. I think that's around 5,000. I'm not really sure. So yung emergency fund, basically, ikaw yung nag-ipon yan. Sarili mong ipon na pera na gagamitin mo kapag may financial emergency. Yung calamity fund and all those personal loans na pwede mong applyan is, of course, para sa akin, last resort, pag wala ka ng pera, kasi syempre, babayaran mo rin yan, may interest din yan. So, you apply for the calamity fund loans pag kailangan mo, but of course, they're available in case na talagang gipit ka na, no? So, and may gusto ba kayong itagdag?
Yeah, I want to add, because I was also in a similar position X months ago. Paubos na yung emergency fund ko. But I was able to bounce back. So tama si Sir Fitz, focus on the solution. But I also want to add na focus on what you have and focus on the resources you currently have. Because I would like to quote Chris Do, a graphic designer in the United States, that your ability to create wealth is dependent on what you know and how you act on what you know. So the ability to create wealth is based on your knowledge and how you act on that knowledge. So listan mo kung ano yung skills mo, ano yung skills that can create money for you, and of course, list on how much cash you have currently right now, because you need to know the figures and numbers kung gaano na lang ba kaliit yung emergency fund mo. And ano yung skills that will create new opportunities for you to create additional sources of income para bumalik din yung emergency fund mo to the level that you want it to be.
Yes. Ako, meron akong kasabihan talaga. Your education, your education determines your execution.
Yeah,
Yun. So,
because
kung ano yung
example
mo, yun yung makakatulong sa'yo. So, yan.
Ako wala akong kasabihan, pero meron akong alam na website na pwede nilang puntahan.
Ano?
You can go to 199jobs.com.
199jobs.com. Ayan.
Di ba? Oh guys, by the way.
Yes, of course. Oo,
Punta
yan.
kayo. Syempre, di ba?
Yung mga naghahanap ng racket, yan. They can go to 199jobs.com.
Racket
Maraming
din
salamat.
pero
Sige,
naka-enroll rin kasi ako, naka-enroll din ako sa 199jobs.com. So yan, kasi it's a very very good platform, no. So it's a online marketplace. So kunwari may mga naghahanap diyan na maggagawa ng mga PowerPoint presentations, tapos magta-transcribe, etc. So yeah, you can do that. You can go there. Tapos kung magaling ka kumanta, diba, Vince?
Umo.
Anything that you can do online and deliver.
Magaling ka kumanta. Vince, plug din natin. Kasi natutuwa ako sa mga business tips eh. You can go to, yung kanta-kanta mo, yung Arana. Serenade.
Serenade. Actually, wala na yung Serenade. Inano na siya. We registered that in Singapore actually, Jess. It's online serenading service. Pero after 3 years of service, binenta na namin. So nag-exit strategy na kami. May nag-buyout sa amin na Singaporean company. So,
wow.
So anyway,
so mayaman na si Fitz.
Konti lang. Yan.
Yeah.
Guys, also I would like to...
So do the things that you can do.
Yeah. I would also like to invite everyone sa free workshop. So you can learn freelancing at bit.ly/TFM Tribe. So freelancing course ni John Pagulayan. So they can go to, kaya siya TFM, the freelance movement. So bit.ly/TFM Tribe. So meron ngayong free workshop until June 5 lang yon. So you can check that out and enroll dun sa free workshop ni John Pagulayan. So 3 videos yon. Kahit na nasa bahay lang kayo, you can learn from his videos, and very powerful yung mga binibigay niyang tips doon, no? So ayun. And also I would like to give a shout out kay Meg Suzuki na nagbigay ng 190 yen. Yay, thank you. Paayuda 190 yen. Yan. So, di ba, Jess, global din yung ayuda namin, may yen kami, di ba?
Oo nga, nakita ko nga eh.
At may euro ba tayo, di ba?
Oo, kay Ahmed, no, na 125 pesos is maraming salamat. So, ito, sagutin ko lang to. Investment strategy. Yeah, sige.
Pag may sticker, sasagutin na agad natin.
Oo, siyempre, una agad yan.
Priority
siya. naman.
So, investment strategy for young freelancer with irregular income. Okay. So, kayo muna sumagot. Anong masapapayo nyo?
Well, from a total portfolio point of view, no, since irregular yung income mo, so I would like to think that as parang stock market, which is volatile. So given that, I would advise na majority of your portfolio would be in fixed income or money market fund, para just in case that, kasi yung cash flow mo is volatile, no? Just in case that bumaba yung cash flow mo not as expected, at least yung investment mo is hindi rin as volatile. Kumbaga, you view your cash flow as 2 separate income streams. So you have your freelancing income as a volatile one, up and down. That's just like the stock market. And you mix it with a prudent portfolio like bond fund or a money market fund para at least kung mag-down man yung income mo, at least yung investment mo hindi rin volatile. Kumbaga medyo may masasandalan ka.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Sir Renzi, because for young freelancers with a regular income, I would assume na bago ka lang sa freelancing and you're still starting with your brand. So bet first on conservative instruments and conservative markets, because you'll never know when your income would come, and you'll never know if there would be certain months na wala ka ring income, no? So it's a bit risky for you right now to invest in moderate instruments or high equity instruments or high risk, because you want to preserve as much cash as you want in case a rainy day would come.
Alright. Ako, one last tip lang kay Ahmed, no? If you think about it, again, ano yung root ng problem mo? It is yung irregular income.
Yeah, okay.
So, ako, I would also advise you to look at that aspect. Bakit hindi ka magkaroon ng regular income? So, as a freelancer, paano ka magkakaroon ng regular income? You can try to get long-term projects from your clients. So, meron akong friend na virtual assistant na kapag hinahire siya ng isang business or ng isang client, minimum 6 months yung ano niya, yung contract niya. So at least 'di ba, for the next 6 months meron kang regular income. And of course, freelancer ka rin naman, so you can also turn your freelancing career into a freelancing business. So that's something that a lot of freelancers forget to do. Kasi as a freelancer, you have the skills to actually level up yung ginagawa mo. You can create a freelance agency. So, pwede kang mag-hire ng mga ibang freelancers to do your freelancing work so that you can take in more projects, no? So, nagkakaroon sila ng agency, and yun, once you are able to create a freelance agency or a freelancing business, that also becomes regular income for you. So, good luck sa iyo, Ahmed. And masaya yan. It's a great career to be in, yung pagiging freelancer. Especially right now, merong unfair advantage yung mga online freelancers kasi tayo, sanay na sanay tayo sa mga diskarte online, di ba?
Yeah. It's a long grind, but the reward would be great.
Yes. All right. So, shoutout pa lang sa, ito kaibigan ko lang, sa shoutout ko lang. Hello, Dexter.
Hi.
Ano yan, mga OG vloggers ng Pilipinas yan. No? Tech vlogger yan si Dexter. Yan. So, sino next question natin?
Sige. So, next question natin kay, babalik tayo, no? 6:33 p.m. Layo pa. Is it okay to invest in Asia Pacific REITs? Example, yung Manulife REIT during this time?
Sure. Okay. I think you need to understand what's under the underlying REITs that they're holding, no? Because recently some of the REITs also went bankrupt. so and then also depends if the REITs are having a lot of debts, no? Kasi karamihan, I don't know about the Philippines, but for overseas, some of these REITs to have such a big project running, right? Normally they will borrow a lot of money. So if they're not able to manage that loan or debt properly, kung marami masyado yung debt nila, there's a possibility they'll get into trouble. So I think this one we need to, kumbaga it's a case-to-case basis. You have to understand what exactly they're investing in. What type of REIT are they investing in, right? Because, for example, REITs can be, let's say, hospital REITs. It could be industrial. It could be office. No, so certain sectors, certain type of REITs will do better than others.
Yeah. So in short, wait.
May echo ka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Ayan.
Hello. Yes. Okay.
Ayan. In short, sabi lang ni Sir Jess, check mo yung, because may information sheet yan usually na binibigay yung Manulife. So check mo yung underlying fund and check mo yung REITs nakalagay doon. They would usually na-indicate doon kung ano yung portfolio allocation ng Manulife REIT na ito. So if you feel like it's very risky, no, so you can look for other options besides what Manulife is.
I'm sharing the can you see ba yung sa Manulife?
Yeah.
So I think Keppel is is Singapore, right?
Yes.
If you would see that. But yeah, as with any investment as with any other investment holdings, yes, they might be okay, pero we have to really deep dive on your finance and then your current portfolio allocation on how the REIT can add value to your investments, no? So like kung makikita mo rito, previous 1 year niya, it's minus 20.98%. So, kumbaga, ano ba index natin ngayon? Minus 1 year. Mga minus 23, no? Minus
24,
23,
25.
25, 24.
Yeah.
So, kung ganon, in terms of the return, then probably parang more or less ganon din siya. Okay, pero it can also form part of your diversified portfolio, but we have to on a deeper dive, we have to compute for the correlation of this REIT with your portfolio as a whole. Baka mamaya ang lakas ng correlation nito, positively correlated. So we might wanna rethink this one. So yeah, anyways, we can do financial consultation with you. If you want, you can email us admin@wealtharki.com para mas mapino natin how this REIT would fit your portfolio, if at all.
All right. So again guys, you can subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, Wealth Arki. And also if you want to email us, you can contact us at admin@wealtharki.com. Especially if you are interested in getting our financial consultation service. All right. So next question, Idriel,
Sige.
sinong
Kay Jake Sally, may question siya for Sir Jess. Ano daw yung mga broker na ginagamit niya to invest globally?
anong time 'yon?
6:44 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. Marami kasing option ng brokerage that you can choose eh. So almost all the banks, at least in Singapore, they will be able to give you access to the investment. I think what is more important is ang question is, do you need advice or not? Because if you don't need advice, then you can do your own investing. But if you need advice, then that's a different story. Okay. So for me kasi, the platform that I'm using is focused on hindi siya DIY, it's for advisors. So advisors working with their clients. So when you open the account, at least with me, that's the type of setup that we will have. But if you open, let's say with a bank, for example, then kumbaga it's up to you na how do you want to trade, kumbaga. No? So it's slightly different because for me, there's advice, and that's the part that's a differentiation because I will give you advice based on your financial plan. It's not based on what is maganda tong takbo nito, right? But actually hindi pala kaya ng risk appetite mo, hindi aligned sa objectives mo, and so on, and time frame, so and so on and so forth. So these type of things will factor in kung ano yung advice ko for the specific investment. So for brokerage, almost any of the banks will have naman eh. So it doesn't really matter which one. It's just a question is, do you need advice or not? I don't know.
Siguro kung saan convenient sa kanya mag-open, doon siya mag-open, no? So if they're interested again to get in touch with you, ayan, so they can pre-register for future webinars, and also for just to also get to know yung contact details niyo. You can go to bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki para ma-notify kayo kapag may learning opportunity si Jess in the future, no? So next question natin, Adriel. Yan.
I'm looking at the chat, no? And marami nagtatanong regarding specific stocks, but I want to focus ito kay August Alvin because it would answer all of these stock-related questions.
Yung Mary Mart. Yung IPO niya.
Yeah, IPO will have it next month. Any thoughts? With any stock investment, you really need to check on what the fundamentals of Mary Mart Consumer Corp is, because that would determine the performance of its stock when it's offered already to the public. And of course, normally with IPO stocks, there would come a certain peak, and then after that peak, bababa yan to a certain level. So you really need to check its fundamentals. And yung most important question dyan is, do you really believe that Mary Mart Consumer Corp will be around for the next 50, 80, 100 years? Regardless kung
tagal naman nun.
'Di ba? Because IPO siya, because if it's an initial public offer, baka sa start lang siya okay, tapos mamaya magpa-plateau yung stock niya in 10, 20 years. So really need to check kung ano yung Merrimark Consumer Corp and ano ba yung relationship niya sa current financial situation mo. So, ganun din for any stock like Macro Asia may nagtatanong and ABS-CBN. So you really need to check kung ano yung standing ng company and ano yung growth trajectory ng stock in the future. But it should be grounded to your financial plan and to the financial goal you want in the future. Otherwise, you may wanna check other stocks or mag-mutual funds ka na lang or UITF. Or you can check out Sir Jess's webinar kung gusto mo global may global exposure. So yun.
Yeah, I would also recommend that you search through our videos sa Wealth Arki kasi may mga nagawa na kaming videos on IPO. But to give you a summary, usually kasi yung IPO, pag makukuha mo siya at IPO price, okay yan. Kasi the moment na launch na siya sa market, umaakyat yung price for mga a few days before siya bumagsak. Okay? So if you're a trader and you just want to make money short term, dapat makuha mo yung IPO tapos ibenta mo na siya when it opens. A few days after.
Kailangan
but if you are looking at a long-term investment on the particular company, then you have to study yung prospectus ng IPO, saan ba gagamitin yung pera, ano ba yung long-term plans yan. And you should I believe that you should be a supporter of the brand itself. So, just a simple example, nung nag-IPO yung Frutas last year, I bought shares of that because ako mismo, loyal customer ako nung fruit shakes nila, no, nung company, and sa akin, as a way of supporting a brand that I actually always buy, I bought shares of that. So, I am a long-term investor pagdating sa Frutas. But of course, if you're just a short-term trader, iba din yung strategy mo. And also, if you want to learn more about yung mga Philippine Stock Exchange strategies, then of course, you can also visit our good friend Marvin na nanonood dito. Ayan. So, nagbagsak yung kanyang better half na si Yvonne. Yay! 500 pesos!
Wow, 500!
Thank you!
Salamat, Yvonne. Kay Yvonne kami magpapasalamat, hindi kay Marvin.
Buti pa yung asawa. May pakinabang.
Sa haircut lang din ni Sir Marvin. Nag-guilty siya.
Alam ko galing kay Marvin din yan. Kasi I think nagkakaroon ng problem kay Marvin.
Nagbenta ng stock.
Oo. Wala ano pa?
Comment na ako sandali doon sa Merrimark.
Sige, go.
Merrimark.
For the IPOs, right, you also need to take a look kung sino yung mga tao behind it. Because at the end of the day, kahit na ano pa yung mga fundamentals na yan, right, hindi mo kasi yan laging maka-follow right away because people are looking at what is the potential of this company years down the road. So I think part of the assessment is also who the management is and do they have a track record in terms of being successful in their business, no? Kasi for example, let's just say for example, if SM sets up a new company na walang pang track record yung SM, right? My gut feel is that marami pa ring bibili. Bakit? Because the management, because of the people behind it. So I think it's very similar to investing in technology. So this is something that I've learned over time in terms of, let's say, for example, investing in technology and investing in the traditional stocks in the US, for example, right? Traditional stocks, you do a lot of this fundamental analysis. But when you're talking about in technology, if you apply all fundamentals, you will likely not buy because the PE ratio will always be very, very high, right? So it will be, I would say, it's like case to case basis, depending kung who's the issuer. Are they in a sector that will grow significantly? Are they in, for example, this particular one, probably resilient, right? Because of COVID-19, people actually need food. So those type of things. So ang question na nandito, I feel the main question is execution. But then again, like what our other friends here are saying, that there are also other options din naman in the same sector. So I guess you can see if you'd like to grow with a new company that's has a aggressive growth, or something that is kumbaga more established na but slower yung growth.
All right.
I look at Mary Mark. So Mary Mark is is dapat may back. Anyways, Mary Mark is from Injapsia. So
Kaya,
yeah, it's quite well, that's Injapsia naman, but as with all investments, would you be investing or would you be trading, Mary Mark? Okay? So kailangan malinaw ka diyan. Okay? Yung perang lalagay ko ba dito, i-invest ko, kasi kung i-invest mo yan, uupuan mo lang yan. Of which, kung uupuan mo lang yan, make sure na, nasabi ni Fitz kanina, make sure that you get it at IPO price. Okay? Kasi kapag lumarga na yung IPO niyan, malamang sa malamang, akit na yan at bababa yan, at malamang sa malamang, malulugi ka. Now, kung mag-IPO ka just for trading, then kailangang tutok ka dyan. Okay? And when I say tutok, talagang tutok ka by the minute, by the hour. Okay? So, ask yourself, kung for trading yan, matututukan ko ba to? Okay? Do I have the mobile data para tutukan to? Do I have the time? Okay? Baka mamaya, pag nag-IPO niyan, naka-work from home ka, naka-work from site ka, pangit ang data mo, pag nalipasan ka, patay ka dyan. So, wala na, naiwanan ka na. So, isipin mo yon. Now, kung uupuan mo yan, meaning is, mabibili mo ba siya at IPO price? So, tingnan mo yung mga factors na yun. No? So, if it's feasible for you, then by all means, go for trading or go for investing. If it's not feasible for you, meaning hindi ka nakapag-subscribe sa IPO kasi mahina ka sa broker mo, kasi ang inuuna ng broker, yung mga valued client na may portfolio na 1 million and above, okay? Or kung wala kang oras mag-invest, then I don't think that's for you.
Alright. So, I guess it's also the same dun sa mga nagtatanong about other stocks, like ito si Arvin na yung sa Mac.
Yeah,
Oo, tapos si John Joshua.
Ano ba yung
Macro-Asia?
Makeup.
Macro-Asia. Kala ko yung makeup.
MacBook.
MacBook. Okay.
Kasi baka yung makeup eh.
Ako rin makeup din alam ko eh. Ito si John Joshua sa SCC, yung Semirara. Tapos may tanong din siya about ABS-CBN, no?
Yeah.
Para sa akin, siguro just a general answer to those asking about specific stocks. Ang tanong is, ano ba yung financial goal mo? Are you trying to make money from the volatility, which means you're a trader? So if you're a trader, then I think it would be better for you to have your own research, fundamental analysis strategy, and also yung inyong technical analysis, no? Kasi each person may kanya-kanyang personality, and for example, yung trading strategy ko, it fits my personality. So just because ito yung ginagawa ko sa trading, hindi pwedeng yun din yung gagawin mo kasi baka mamaya iba yung personality mo. Ako kasi medyo patient ako pagdating sa panunood ng charts. So medyo matagal yung aking mga trades. So kung ikaw medyo mainipin ka, hindi mo pwedeng gawin yung trading strategy ko. So if you're buying this naman for long-term investment, so again, you should try to analyze yung kanilang fundamentals, if ano ba yung growth prospect nila for the next X years. And most importantly, again, going back to your financial goal, baka naman mayroong ibang investment that can also help you achieve those financial goals of yours. So, kung meron namang existing na mutual fund or UITF na kayang abutin yung financial goal mo, then probably that would be a better option for you para hindi ka na masyadong mag-research. Let the fund manager of that specific fund do the work for you in making your money grow, di ba? So, yun yung aking opinion sa mga ganyan. Alright?
Tama. Kasi, kumbaga, no, dagdag ko lang, no, kasi kung parati ka rin naman magtatanong kung anong magandang stock ang bilhin at pwede na bang ibenta yun, di ba? Kasi kung parati ka rin magtatanong, bigay mo na lang yung pera mo sa fund manager, di ba? Kung parati ka nagtatanong, at least,
yes,
you let him decide, di ba? You let him decide. Kasi ganun din naman, di ba? Ano bang magandang bilhin? Ibebenta ko na ba to? Bigay mo na lang yung naipon mo sa fund manager para siya na bahala na mag-decide para sa'yo. Wala kang nang tanong-tanong.
Less stress, less problems.
Mas makapag-focus ka pa sa kung paano gumawa ng pera, 'di ba? Focus on your income, making money. So this is interesting. I don't know if we can help her. So I am 74. Pwede pa ba ako sa stocks? Kayo magsagot. What do you think? What is your opinion?
Well, sa akin, that would be a function of ano yung lifespan expected nila. So, given your lifestyle and given your genetics, okay? Because kung 74 na po kayo, tapos given a healthy lifestyle and nasa dugo na mahaba ang buhay, sabihin natin yung parents mo or grandparents na buhay hanggang mga 90, 95, then from 70 to 95, that's still 20 years. And for me, that 20 years is still a long-term investment horizon of which it would greatly, we can make the case for stock market investing. Of course, we would just limit your portfolio to a certain to a certain degree sa stock market. Siguro not more than 10% of your portfolio perhaps, or siguro maximum na yung 20% na nasa stock market. But karamihan dyan, nasa na lang tayo, nasa tawag nito, conservative like bonds, bond funds, ganyan. Kung mag-stock tayo, perhaps baka mag-dividend paying na lang tayo, dividend paying stocks to add up to your cash flow. But yeah, you can invest but limit na lang to a very very small percentage, like 10% perhaps.
Okay. Ako, ang one final advice ko kay Minerva is at that age, I would probably be investing on my legacy. Next yun. So, alam mo yun, think about how you want people to remember you. Let's face it, di ba? So, medyo nasa boarding gate ka na. So, rather than keeping yourself busy with how to make more money, then probably if you have some funds that are available, try to see how you want to enjoy the rest of your life. Kasi retirement age technically, so enjoy mo na yung pera mo. If you have money that you can invest in stocks, then probably you have money that you can spend on, I don't know, buying the things that you want now. So it's a time for you to reward yourself. And also, yun nga, think about the legacy that you want to leave sa family or loved ones mo. Ayun. So that's just my thought about that. Yan. So it's already 7:30, so medyo super overtime na tayo. So just to give everyone a quick reminder again. So if you want to learn more from Jess Uy, you can go to this link, yung bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki. And you will be notified kapag may future webinar si Jess, no? And he is also requesting that if you would like to give some feedback on today's session, you can go to bit.ly/TGI feedback, so the Global Investor Feedback. And if you're not yet subscribed sa ating YouTube channel, so again, please subscribe to our channel. And of course, sa mga late na dumating, after our live stream, a few minutes after, mga 30 minutes after, the replay is available, so you can watch it again. And dun sa mga interested in exploring the freelance lifestyle, I would like to also invite you to check out yung bit.ly/TFM Tribe, so the Freelance Movement Tribe. So they have an ongoing free workshop para sa inyo. courtesy of John Pag-Ulayan. So I highly encourage everyone to check that out. Libre naman, di ba? So mga interested na maging freelancer. So with that, let's just
I think we can take one more question.
Yes, okay. Sige, mga last question.
Kay Meg Suzuki. Dahil nagbigay naman siya ng sticker.
Yes. So may priority talaga yung mga nagbagsak, no?
May preferred lane.
709. Sorry. Pero yung question niya kasi can encapsulate lahat ng mga tanong regarding funds, global funds, etc. So any thoughts or opinions regarding Asset Master's Global Advantage Fund? Yung underlying fund niya is yung Nasdaq 100. So may plano daw siya to invest more. Ayun.
If it's purely Nasdaq 100, then there should be a good upside for that for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. But as long as that's purely Nasdaq 100, kasi the name of the fund itself doesn't really say that it's Nasdaq 100. So I don't know if there's any mixture inside. Okay. But yan, so Nasdaq 100 is predominantly technology stocks. Yeah.
So siguro ang take ko dyan, yes, you can invest more, pero you look at it, as with all investments, you look at it from a holistic portfolio point of view.
Yep.
So kumbaga parang pizza pie, no? So lista mo lahat ng investment mo, yung ETF, mutual fund, equities, fixed income, ganin na lang, no? Ganin na lang ang ang approach natin. So lista mo lahat ng mga fixed income mo or bond funds. Tapos lista mo lahat ng equities. Tapos lista mo lahat ng balanced fund. Tapos itong global advantage, lagay mo na lang under equity. Now, given that, you can make a pie chart. Okay, so makikita mo how big or how small the portfolio of yours ay nasa Nasdaq 100. Okay? So kasi baka mamaya invest yan, tapos mamaya 80% na pala ng exposure mo nasa Nasdaq. So baka naman hindi siya maganda masyado in terms of a prudent asset allocation given your financial goals. So for starters, make that pie chart. Tapos tingnan mo, no, okay ka ba na yung portfolio mo sa Nasdaq is dagdagan mo pa? So lalaki yung pie niya dun sa yung graph, or gusto mo na baka masyadong malaki exposure ko sa US. Kumbaga 50% ng portfolio ko nasa US na, kung dagdag ako ng dagdag, or 80% para masyado naman to. If that's not to your liking, then wag ka nang magdagdag pa sa Global Advantage Fund. So again, it really depends on your goal, and it really depends on your portfolio, because these are different variables na tinitake into consideration natin. We don't really decide on investment in a vacuum. So talagang tinitingnan natin ano yung magiging impact niya on your financial goal and anong magiging impact niya so portfolio mo as a whole. But Meg, we can give you a more kasi ganito na lang yan, Meg, parang pag tinanong mo kami sa mga ganyan is parang tinanong mo na, okay ba ako uminom ng Biogesic o okay ba ako uminom ng ibuprofen? Tapos hindi namin alam yung sakit mo, kasi each sakit may kanya-kanyang dosage yan. So parang investment lang yan, may kanya-kanyang dosage yan, or may kanya-kanyang amount sa portfolio mo na dapat tama lang para sa'yo. And for us as financial advisors, kailangan malaman muna namin at makita namin yung portfolio mo, kasi baka mamaya ma-overdose ka naman ng Global Advantage Fund. You get what I mean? So better that we can give you a more accurate financial advice kapag nakita namin yung portfolio mo as a whole, para at least ma-refine natin at we can give you a more accurate recommendation. So just email us admin@wealtharki.com to set an appointment with us.
Ayan. So
usap tayo next free time.
Yeah, so may tanong may comment si Roy San Juan. Sabi niya, Jess, most likely you can ask Dexter for the composition and weighting. Ayan.
Kilala ko yan, si Dexter, yung na-feature natin.
Yung
si Dominic Ochoa.
Oo, yes. Dominic Ochoa talaga. So, I guess that's it for our... So, pasensya na sa mga hindi namin nasagot na mga questions. Of course, we will be back again next week for another live stream. Sino bang guest natin next week?
Surprise!
Surprise! Si Surprise.
Surprise.
Nag-confirm
Surprise
na
na
ba
lang.
yung guest natin? Hindi pa?
Basta masa-surprise na lang sila.
Alright, sige.
Sige.
Kailangan nila mag-subscribe sa YouTube channel natin para
Mag-subscribe
malaman
kayo
kung
para
sino
malaman
yung...
nyo.
Oo, kasi usually mga Monday, Tuesday, ina-announce na natin sa YouTube channel natin kung sino yung guest natin.
And sa FB page, i-like din nila. Dahil nandun
Oo.
din yung...
Siguro, ang hint natin kasing gagwapo natin yung magiging
Naku.
guest natin next week.
Baka
Artista.
pa eh.
Artista ba?
Overtime
Yun.
Sino natin?
So anyway, guys, if you want to know more about our services as a company, you can visit our website at wealtharki.com. And of course, again, if you want to learn more from Jess Uy, our guest, you can pre-register at bit.ly/Jess Uy Wealth Arki. And please give a feedback dito sa ating session at bit.ly/TGI feedback. So, thank you very much, Jess, no, sa pagbisita sa bahay namin online. And
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invite.
yeah. At salamat din sa pagsagot ng mga tanong at na-inspire yung mga viewers namin na magbagsak ng ayuda. So, salamat ulit sa mga nagpadala ng super chat at super stickers. And ginagamit namin yung pera na yan para bayaran ang premium account ng StreamYard. Kaya maganda yung live stream natin, di ba? So, marami nang gumagaya sa atin, naka-StreamYard na rin sila. But anyway,
Bagsak pa more.
so anyway, this is something that Jess mentioned earlier, no, yung mga tech companies, yung mga innovations, this will probably be more present in the future. And siguro last month wala akong kaalam-alam dito sa StreamYard na to. Ngayon, 'di ba, dito na yung main platform na ginagamit natin. And I'm sure a lot of people don't even know kung paano gamitin yung Zoom, 'di ba? Pero ngayon, parang household din na ng Zoom, 'di ba? Naging verb na siya, 'di ba? May mga friends ako, mamaya Zoom tayo. So, naging verb siya bigla. So, yun, no? I guess, any final message sa mga viewers natin, Jess?
Yes.
So, siguro something for them to just remember, no? Knowing is not enough, no? We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Kailangan may action.
Yes.
Tama. I like that quote, no? Yan. So, I guess with that, Adriel, Renzi, any final message for them?
Yeah, so again, know your goals and then act on them. Wala ka maisip.
Know what you have.
Kaya ako nagaya.
You know what you have. Diba sabi natin, measure something that you know. Because if you don't know, mahirap yan. Diba?
So, education will determine your execution.
Yes.
And education is useless without action. Okay, so that's our final word for tonight. That's our that's our parting words for you. So again, guys, maraming salamat. Thank you, Jess, for guesting with us tonight. And be safe, stay healthy, take care, and see you again next week. Right? So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Salamat.
Bye-bye. Ingat, guys.